All right, that was ended a little bit sooner than I was intending. Hello, everybody. This is System Chalk, the broadcaster behind the Elder Scrolls series. Well, this particular Elder Scrolls series, obviously not the series itself. I wanted to take a quick minute and just address the fact that it's been on and off in terms of the consistency with the Tuesday night broadcasts. This is in part due to two things. One, I've been finding it very difficult to find the time over the weekends to get the episodes recorded, and I don't record them in one big session all at once. I tend to do them week by week. And so usually if I miss one, I will make an effort to try and and put an extra effort into recording another. For instance, I'm recording this particular episode very late on Sunday evening, which means that I have work in the morning and all of the trade-offs that come with that. Another thing that's happened, and that may affect this particular episode and some of them going forward, is that my monitor, one of my old monitors, either has died or is very close to dying. And I've got a new one, which is excellent for playing modern games. But I've noticed tonight I've probably spent somewhere between 30 to 60 minutes trying to get everything back together. And I did a refresh for Daggerfall, and then all the patches I put in were uninstalled, and you don't need to know the details. But I just wanted to start off by saying I actually really appreciate the people who have been hanging out with this. It's got a small but very dedicated group of followers, and I do enjoy doing these. These are the first times that I get a chance to play. I have not played the Elder Scrolls series except for Skyrim at all. And Skyrim, I've really only played the opening a few times over. I've never really gone in depth. And maybe I'll do a separate video talking about my background with it and why I wanted to do this. But I did want to take a quick second to say I'm sorry I've not been more consistent with these. I will do my best to improve it moving forward. And there may be some more technical problems with this due to the new hardware than I'm accustomed to, or you are accustomed to. But I hope we get a chance to carry on and have a good time with the adventures of Caius. And with that in mind, I present Chapter 13 in The Elder Scrolls II Daggerfall.
Now I know that we had finished inside of a dungeon, but I need to figure out where the devil we are. It doesn't say the title of the dungeon inside. I might actually need to check the last episode to see what's going on. So, if memory serves, I actually found that scroll. So maybe we're just looking for an exit. If I started off looking for an exit, I am very angry at myself for doing that. Oh, that's right. I said I was gonna go and do this on my own time rather than record it, and then I didn't have a chance to record the episode. Well, welcome to the wandering hour. If I get desperate, I can always do the right hand rule. real dilemma that I have here is that from the previous playthrough, I don't have any of the, so even a week out, but especially 2, I don't have any of the real memory for any of the landmarks that I normally have during these, so there are some areas that just feel similar or look similar. This one, I don't even remember if the room is in a corner or if there's a formal start. There is a, not exact, nah, it's a cheat, to get yourself back to one of the, essentially if you wind up at the, if you wind up falling through the level, you can get back to the last platform you were on, and if you do that at the beginning, it puts you to the start, but I would prefer not to do that if I can. While we're at it, we might as well take a look at whatever things we can pick up. And stay down. So that's why I wasn't going on. So this is all new material. Or new areas. I'm really hopeful whenever I can get extra gold. Also, I need to work out a proper save scheme, so we've got... I think I have what I want for the new scheme. Sorry, I just need some water. It's not a complete waste to do this because I still get experience for killing things. But obviously, it would be nice if I could bring up some of the goodies. Of course, it doesn't hurt to look for valuables as well. If I can find a mithril two-handed sword, that's particularly good. So I'm most intrigued about what's on the upper levels. Although I did kind of dismiss this previously. Now I know why. Well, we'll see what's there, but I don't think there's... I don't think this is the right call at the moment. Of course, if one of these rooms ever winds up giving a portal, then all the time spent searching for it is an improvement. Well, speaking of, now that I think of it, the portals weren't particularly helpful this time around. Oh, that's right. Alright, if this takes too long, I will use the cheat, just because I know I was going to do this on my own time anyway. Should have done the preamble about the missed broadcasts during this. I almost wonder if those portals were added to avoid the right-hand rule applications. Can you imagine if you had to make your own map for this game? That's a concerning noise, actually. At least with my health. This is a curious strategy I'm employing of avoiding the sounds. So I'm avoiding all the monster sounds, which gives me XP when I'm going to regions where I know I can't find the exit due to the fact that I haven't been there. Unless, of course, it's a big loop. Alright, back to old familiar territory. But I will keep trying to go up. Hooray! Alright, so it is Kingsley Grange. I think all the torques and things like that I'm gonna hang on to for a little while. Oh wow. It's taking up all the weight then. Oh, the money. Okay, so with that in mind, I need to go back to Kirkcart Wood. I also misplaced my notes. Oh, did I ever? When I set up the monitor, I took all the papers and put them in one stack. Oh, now I know what happened to them. I'll be back in a sec. For fans of the Cultist Simulator broadcasts, there was a coffee spill, so these have been drying out. They look particularly ancient now that there's the coffee stains. Alright. Yes. Okay. We want to go to Daggerfall, and I also want to follow up on this Kirkcart Wood follow.
On the 7th of First Seed every year, the people of Kirkcart Wood celebrate first planting, symbolically sowing seeds for the autumn harvest. It is a festival of fresh beginnings, both for the crops and for the men and women of the town. Neighbors are reconciled in their disputes, resolutions are formed, bad habits dropped, and diseases cured. The clerics at the temples run a free clinic all day long to cure people of poisoning, different diseases, paralyzation, and other banes found in the world of Tamriel.
Maybe I should stop by and just get a checkup. Oh no. Okay, good. I thought the reset might have canceled out the notes. Take a minute to stop by the champion gear and see if they have anything. General. I might want to consider that. Ah. Not quite what I had in mind, but thanks.
I'll give you the price I only offer to my closest friends and family. The market value for that is much less, but I think I can give you 873 gold.
What am I gonna do about this? I mean, realistically, I gotta go to a bank. Head back when I can, but I don't think I'm gonna find anything I can spend the money on. I'll go to the weaponry as well. course, and then, I need to wait for the Mages Guild too. Alright, well, first thing I'm gonna do is stop by the bank. They'll probably open even later. Horse doesn't like waiting.
My child, poor Elena Woodcroft is gone, stolen away by the Dark Brotherhood for oblivion knows what hideous purpose. You must help me, Caius. I'll give you all I have, 452 gold, if you will bring my child back to me.
How can I say no?
You're my savior. Her name is Tristictor Wickhouse. Quickly now, you only have 27 days before they kill her. She's being held in the Masterson residence in Holmore Field.
I mean, I'd kind of like to buy a house if I can. Oh, wow. Alright, now just in case the banking system doesn't actually talk with everyone else. Just got ink all over myself. Sorry, just one more moment. So I just made a note here indicating what bank things are with if it doesn't go from city to city. So, apparently, the general store has better gear than the dedicated weaponsmith. Fair enough.
Enough bargaining. The price is 2,357 gold pieces. Take it or leave it.
I'll take it. So this will still be my primary weapon, but this will be the backup. Alright, now we head towards... Oh, we'll go to the Temple of Kinnereth. Just to see if there's any kind of malady that I can be cured of. I'm terrified I became a werewolf and I don't know it yet. Where's the free stuff? Ah! First I'm carrying too much gold, now not enough. We'll do the rescue operation first because it should be relatively short, and I hate the Dark Brotherhood. I wouldn't even do it for the money, but I won't say no either.
Ah, the Bothdorji scroll. Very good. Now let me tell you about the storm. You sailed an unmarked ship from the Imperial City, but your identity, your mission, and your patron are known to the Perceptive. An unknown agent convinced the Mad Witch of the Hrothgarian Mountains, the grandmother of the present King of Daggerfall, that your ship carried the murderer of her son, the late King Lysandus. That is all that I can tell you.
So normally I'd want to get a quest, but I've got some business I need to attend to first. Apparently the Masterson residence is just bad in every city.
A warm hello to you, good Caius. Sorry, I haven't got a clue. We'll find the Masterson residence is east of here, unless I'm mistaken.
Can't be that much. You know what? I think I'm just gonna have a chat with people for the next little bit.
Frostfire, good to see you, Caius.
Good evening to you. I'm trying to get to the Masterson residence.
A warm hello to you, good Caius.
And where can I find the residence? More east. I mean, I can't go that much further east.
You may enter. The Masterson residence is dark and ominous. It is certain that enemies lurk everywhere.
But they've got a really friendly greeting.
Are you here to rescue me? My name is Elena Woodcroft. I don't like these people. Please take me back to my family. No one messes with the Dark Brotherhood and lives.
What about the other assassin I killed?
Good day to you, Caius.
What are you doing with this riffraff?
Elena Woodcroft, you're alive and well. Caius, I owe you a debt that can never be fully repaid. This modest reward is the least that I can give you.
What about a better interest rate? Yep. So my guess here is I'm going to need to use a letter of credit at a different bank to be able to transfer the amount. I mean, I suppose I can always just hang on to the money in the forms of letters of credit, but I'll take a quick trip by a couple of the equipment stores. I will want to stop by the Bank of Daggerfall just to see if I have a deposit there. So apparently there's been cool gear all along, and I've just never noticed it. If I can't get anything done at the palace, I think I'll load up on some Mages Guild quests just so that I can get access to the higher tier material. My bad. Nothing in his personal collection either. just take a minute here to see if I can get anything sold.
Enough of this endless dickering. You are obviously in great need. Normally I would pay far less, but for you I will offer 2,986 gold.
Now I'm probably encumbered again. Not so bad. Major scaled it is then.
Incense and soft music soothe your nerves as you cross the threshold. Each item in this shop is carefully mounted and displayed. Not the slightest defect can be detected on any item within.
Been a while since we've saved. Alright, I might consider the quest, but first we will train.
You and the trainer practice for 3 hours. The trainer tells you to reflect on what you've learned and to see if you can put it to good use.
Oh god, it's... I forgot it's haunted. Yeah, being chased by ghosts wasn't in the plan. I did not know I could attack from horseback. This is going to be very swashbuckling. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
All are free to petition His Highness at this time. Do not stray from the audience chamber, lest ye have the royal blessing to do so. Always speak politely to the king and queen, and above all, cast no spells while within these walls. Do ye agree to these terms? Small herald... I wish I knew what that said. Small heraldic device above the door handle clearly marks this as the private chambers of a member of the royal family. Ah, now it makes sense. Uriel's septum addressed this message to the Queen of Daggerfall. When he sent it, I was queen. By the time it arrived, my dear Lysandus was dead, and Abukai was the queen. We must find out what was in the letter. I have never trusted Abukai. Yesterday I received a letter from Princess Morgaya of Wayrest, claiming to know something about the Emperor's letter. Now there is a family that seeds under the rule of the Emperor. Return to me if you find out who has the Emperor's letter. For now, you have proven yourself to me, Caius. Keep the torque as a token of my gratitude. I have no desire to own anything of Abukai's anymore.
No. I already know. Yes, so this is information we already had.
So Morgaya says that Gortwog has the Emperor's letter. Very interesting. I think I have a way to get Gortwog to turn over that letter. Are you willing to brave the depths of Orsinium to try and retrieve it?
Naturally.
Gortwog wants very badly to be recognized by the Empire. It would mean the beginning of peace between the Orcs and the other races of the Empire. Present this letter to Gortwog. Hopefully it will persuade him to cooperate.
I've since learned not to not to read letters I shouldn't, but I can't resist.
Lord Gortwog, King of the Orcs, warlord of the subterranean realms, hail and long live King Gortwog. Long have you and the Orcish people sought formal recognition by the Empire. My dead husband, King Lysantis, supported your claim to sovereign rule. I would now help you in your cause. Sadly, a minor missive from the Emperor has been misplaced. For me to truly hold the trust and ear of Emperor Uriel Septim, I will need to reclaim this note. Should you be able to place in my servant's hand this trifling letter, I'd be far better able to forward your claim to the Emperor and his court. The Dowager Minisira, Queen Mother of King Gothred of Daggerfall.
Is she mad at me? Nope. What? Ah! Alright, let's see what's going on in Orsinium. Wherever that is. Something about an orcish sigil, but I haven't seen it, so... It's a way to make a first impression, I suppose.
So Minisira seeks to sweet-talk me. Bah! Her letter has no value to me anymore. She may have it. However, my people may not be so lenient towards a dark elf wandering the halls of Orsinium. If you can survive my realm and find the letter, you can take it back to her. I will also consider you to be a worthy dark elf.
I am so dead. I have to kind of question the leadership of a guy who just condemns every single one of his subjects to death. It's also worth noting, I believe that's the first mithril weapon that we've seen off of an enemy. Well, so much for my mana. I have a feeling like this place is a lot larger than it actually is, but whether or not I can find the relevant areas is another question. Also, if memory serves, I need to follow up with the King of Worms. Didn't want to equip that. Miraculous. Now, far be it from me to judge, but this seems like a very unorthodox way to store a letter. I'm starting to think this is going to be a really big pain trying to find this letter. Alright, now because this happened to me once, there was one area where you could like touch a lantern and it would hurt you, but it would also teleport you. I will admit though, I do really want to find this letter. It's actually been my number one sort of main quest priority. After that, I have a feeling I'll probably be spending some time with the Mages Guild. Certainly can't complain about the loot, but like I said, this is a very elaborate. It's a very elaborate way to hide a letter. I thought this was a letter closet. You know, the closet where you put the letters. I'm not sure if that's on this side or the other side. Oh wow, I'm really short on spell points. to find out. There's some lever I could have pulled. So part of the approach here is just to try and close off as many branches as I can. This is still kind of tangled, but it does have these quadrants that are not that hard to keep in mind. Well, something just opened. So the one problem is that when enemies open doors, it's a little bit harder to keep track of where you've been. One way I try to manage that is just to go through any areas that enemies have come through. But it's not always the most reliable method. It's nice to carry as many special items as I can. Or, sorry, it's nice to carry as many ingredients, but oh, that's definitely worth dropping something for. But yeah, so it's nice to be able to have ingredients, but not at the expense of leaving a magical item. was very inconvenient. Also, I don't think I've found any of those areas where, I don't think I found any of those areas where I suddenly fall down. Like I've always seen them from below. Interesting, so it looks like we have gone through a big circle. I'll head up there later, but I want to see what's at the end of this hall. Not quite sure what to make of the cave areas because I would not imagine a letter to be there, but if it's randomly placed, it may not distinguish. I was hoping that was the letter. Stop for the love of God. Do whatever you want. See if I can lure him out just so I don't need to. Magic pants. These things are they're gonna weigh a ton though. Didn't realize those were dragon scales. In one sense, it's nice to know that all of these places kind of interconnect because it just means there's less exploration for me to do. But it would also be nice to have found the letter. Books are obviously a high priority. I really want to assume that when I find this imp, it's hiding the letter and I can get out of here. that did much for me. Alright, now I think there were a few branches that I didn't go down, so I need to find those again. Apparently this is one of them. This is one thing that I do like about this. It's hard to communicate on a broadcast, but when you go to open a door and it opens before you hit the button, just basically you and the monster start turning the doorknob at the same time is always a fun little moment. I think I got turned around. No, there's only one way to go. now, unfortunately, I am well and truly lost. I know how I can get back to certain parts of the map, but I've sort of lost the plot in terms of the overall pattern I was following. Alright, so I'm not crazy about the fact that apparently I'm unlocking other parts of the level doing that. Oh, now this is interesting. So even if I don't fully explore these areas, and it looks like I've done a pretty decent job of it, the doors that I haven't gone through are potentially the ones that'll take me to the pit. Back to being less sure about what to do. I feel like I should go here. This may wind up being just a wall. I always wonder if those single rooms are intended for healing. I might just wind up using the levitate potion at some point. I just want to find the doorway back to the main chamber. I'm surprised I didn't check that out before. This will probably wind up being a wild goose chase, but one that cost me health. I have been down there before. All right, I think I know where I need to go. Alright, so my outside option is just to jump down and work my way back out. But before I do that, I'd kind of like to map out some of the other areas. So I'm pretty sure we've been through that door even if I didn't explicitly open it. Actually, this might have been the entrance. So that's an unknown. That's an unknown. We just went through this one. Ah, so the one on the right actually may have nothing to do. May have nothing to do with that area we were just in. I'd ideally like to, as tedious as it is, I'd ideally like to map out all these twists and turns just so I can. Uh-oh. Just so I sort of know that I've got it down and there's nothing missed. If the letter wasn't here, I would lose my mind. Alright, apparently that was just a pleasant diversion. surprised that that's so closed off. It makes me think I missed a path. But apparently I didn't. Well, that was easy. Just want to double check that I've taken care of all the doors. All right. Well, that was exhilarating. Alright, now I need to figure out what I'm going to drop. It's worth a try. Alright, well, that's 100 gold pieces I just dropped for no reason. What? Okay. So beyond the normal annoying mechanics of trying to climb up this stuff, I don't think this actually brings me any closer to the top. So I'm obviously missing something. At this point, I'm just kind of stuck asking, what's the point of this area? Ah. I mean, that's exciting and all, but I kind of was already able to get here. I've not been very talkative during this one. I'm trying to figure out the best way to... I don't know if it's better for me to just call it here and do a reading, or to try and push on and figure out where the devil this letter is. Because it's very late, it actually took me a little while to get this up and running, so it's already, well past a time that I'd be comfortable going on stream. I think what I'll do, I'm gonna go back to that altar, or the cage, and that'll be where I start next week. I know this was a shorter one and there wasn't as much that happened, but with any luck, we'll turn this into a, we'll be able to close off the letter part of the story. Alright, and tonight we will be reading
The Epic of the Grey Falcon by Anido Joan, editor. As discovered and translated by Anido Joan, royal archaeologist from an ancient tome. This tale comes from sometime in the Second Era, most probably after the time of the Khanatan flu, or at least I have so surmised due to reasons in the text. Whether or not the tale is true, it remains an interesting story of survival. The reader will, I trust, forgive me if I translated the epic somewhat informally. The message, I think, is universal, and should not be misread. Enjoy, gentle reader. AJJ. The Epic of the Grey Falcon. The Grey Falcon, a small warship of the Somerset Isles, was patrolling deep in the ocean for a pirate that had been looting the coast. The first 3 weeks were uneventful. 2 hours after sunset, on the 22nd day out of port, the lookout looked at the spotted atop of a sail in moonlight, just on the horizon. "Sail to starboard, forward quarter!" The lookout of the Grey Falcon cried. The crew and captain of the Grey Falcon were quickly roused and stumbled to the deck. "'Tis the ship we're looking for, Captain," said the lookout. "All hands to battle stations. All archers to their posts." The captain yelled, "Full ahead!" The two ships closed, and a dark figure stepped out to the forecastle of the pirate ship. The figure made a gesture with his hands, and a giant ball of fire streaked towards the Grey Falcon. The ball of fire struck the Grey Falcon in her sails, quickly catching them aflame. The figure made another gesture. Large bolts of ice streaked from his hands, and it hit the Grey Falcon just above and below the waterline, gouging large holes in her hull. The Grey Falcon was mortally wounded. The captain cried, "All hands abandon and as he was cut off by a pirate's arrow shot into his throat. As the Grey Falcon, aflame and listing badly, plunged into the sea, one of her sailins, Derek Seaspit, managed to avoid the pirate arrows and spells to make his way to a lifeboat, and lowered it into the darkness below. Just as the lifeboat entered the water, a quick grey shape jumped into it. Derek looked and saw it was Helenor Snarlsbane, a Khajiit mercenary assigned to the ship. The two rowed the small boat away as the Grey Falcon finished her descent into the sea. In the darkness, the pirate ship missed their small craft. After the two rolled well out of the pirates' possible view, they both collapsed from exhaustion. Early morning the next day, they took an inventory of the lifeboat stores. Normally, the lifeboat carries enough food and water to supply 7 people for at least 10 days. In place of the food, though, Eleanor found a note. The food in this lifeboat was found to be in violation of Somerset Navy regulation during inspection. In accordance to that article, the food was taken away and destroyed. A replacement may be obtained by redeeming this letter at the Port Supply Office. Signed, Lieutenant Inspector Windhollow, Eleanor read aloud. Said Derek to his Khajiit companion. We have plenty of water, but we're out of food. I don't know what we're going to do. I suppose we could try fishing, but we have no bait. There's no chance that we can make it back to land before we starve to death. It'll be over a month in this craft. Wait, I have an idea, said Eleanor with a gleam in his cat-like eye. 6 weeks later, the lifeboat entered the port of Corwich, after which it was tethered to a dock. A solitary figure was pulled out, looking rather beaten and thin. One of the dock workers peered into the life raft, after the figure was taken away to the port healer for treatment. What's this? A worker said to himself, as he picked up a large bone from the boat, a bone bleached white by the sun. After the sole survivor of the Grey Falcon recovered from his ordeal, he was taken to the inquest for the death of Derek Seaspit and placed on a chair before the magistrate. We here in High Rock have a dim view of cannibalism. You'd better have a good reason for your actions, the Inquisitor boomed to Eleanor Snarlsbane. My lady, do you? Eleanor stood and said, Your Honor, I had no choice. There was no food, and it was at least 2 months to the closest port. We both decided this was the only way someone would make it. Well then, I suppose that is understandable, if somewhat distasteful, the Inquisitor said. You think it was distasteful? Eleanor muttered to himself. I didn't have any seasoning. One final thing, Mr. Snarlsbane. How was it decided that you would be the one who would dine on the other? The toss of a coin? Eleanor drew himself up and said, Your Honor, it's very simple. Derek Seaspit was a vegetarian. Case dismissed. Even the game disagreed with the with that punchline. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I apologize for not running longer, but I am well and truly done for as far as work tomorrow is concerned. I will be sure to record another episode early on the weekend, and we will be. I'll do my best to make sure that these become a regular Tuesday event again. And with any luck, next week we will see the end of the letter subplot. Have a good one. Thanks.